This is a Cascadia 125. As you can tell, this mirror is gone. It probably broke and somebody ripped it off, but I'll show you how to replace that. What you'll need is just a T20 bit and a flathead screwdriver, and then possibly some wire, which you'll see that in a moment, but it's a little weird. So there's a tab on the side here. You want to go ahead and push that up. It's right here. It's kind of hard to do with your fingers, so that's what the screwdriver's for. Just get that in there and then push up, and the mirror will fall off. Then there are 4 of these Torx bits screws. They're T20s, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, right there in the back, and then right there. And make sure to get those off. Don't lose those, you will need them to put it back on. Once you get all 4 of those off, it may look like this because you may drop it just like I did. Here it is on the ground. Fortunately, I did not break it. And the external temp sensor, the ambient temp sensor, goes right there, which is that piece right here. And then here is where you might need a hook. I generally use some electrical wire, put it in there, you got to pull and then rotate it 90 degrees, and then it will pop off, and you do the same thing to get the new one back on. I'm going to use a hook to get this out, pull, and then I just pop it out and it'll fall on the ground. But getting it in the new one in is not that easy. This here is the new one, and it comes with this backing piece. You want to make sure that is on there. If it is not, then the whole mirror will just flop around at idle or running. It'll just flop all over the place. And these have these notches cut out right here, and they fit right in there, so they can really only go in one way. And you've got to be careful putting these on because this may fall out. And be sure to take the old one off. It's probably pretty worn, so take this old one off and then put that back on. What I like to do first is get the heated part back on. That way if I drop it, which I tend to, it'll just dangle and not fall on the ground and break. This is by far the hardest part. I've got the hook in there going all the way through here, and then I've got to line up that backing piece, line up this, and line up that. So there's quite a bit to line up. Once you get it, you will see it straight through there, and you can pull it. I tried to do it with this. It's actually working this time. Sometimes I'll do a string and I give up on these. So there's a couple ways to get that through. String is one of them, and none of them are very easy. That took a lot of screwing around. I've never ever done one of these that's been easy, but the reason you have those notches on the side is so the mirror can slide side to side, and there's some notches up top on the inside so it can slide up and down. And these you do have to move by hand. So once you get that out, just remove that, pull really hard and twist, and getting this through there, especially with the tip and hooked on there, is not easy. This honestly is stupid difficult. From here, you just reverse the process, get the backing on, and get all of those screws back on. I tend to start with the top, get the back tight, and top left or top right, doesn't really matter. Get that somewhat in, a little bit loose, and then get the rest in and tighten them all down. And then the only thing left to do is get the bigger mirror back on. And to do that, you just slide it back down, and that is locked. There we go, we've got both mirrors back on. The lower one, which you do have to adjust by hand, and then the top one, which is motorized, and both of them on this one at least are heated. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps somebody.